Hi everybody, it's Suzanne. Just a little bit about the different products that I make. Um, I've been making soap for probably about maybe 14 years now. Um, there's three different kinds of soap. There's your melt and pour, which those bases are already done for you mostly. All you have to do is order them, melt them, and pour them. And then there's cold process and hot process. It's not a big scientific thing. It's cold process, you add no additional heat. Hot process, you do add heat. You cook it in your crock pot for a couple hours. That's adding heat, right? So um, that's basically how I got started. And I just found it, I just fell in love with making soap. I just make soap 7 days a week. Um, and then doing all the research for the soaps because I like making the pretty soap, but I like making the natural soaps. And in doing all the research and finding out, um, about different natural soaps, starting with oils and butters and things like that, it wasn't too long after that where I discovered how all the herbs and all the different botanicals out there, what their benefits are, and I was amazed. And I said, "Gosh, this is getting to be bigger and bigger and bigger." I started making creams and lotions and salves, and not all at once, but I would pick something like a tea tree salve. I think was my very first salve, and I make goat's milk lotion, and then chamomile cream. And these things, like the old saying goes, one thing leads to another, and that's basically how I got started. One thing and it was just so interesting for me that I started making all these things, from pain creams to salves. And so anyway, I started realizing how people actually suffer with their skin, and like the little things that we take for granted with our skin, it does go through a lot of abuse through the years. And so I came across in my soaps, making an acne soap. That's kind of sort of where I was geared to. Just helping out the teenagers, with their acne and stuff. I discovered that there's eczema and psoriasis and all these things that affect the skin. And talking to different people at craft shows or flea markets and um, stuff, there's just so many things that people suffer with. And so I got to researching psoriasis, and I don't know, like, if you suffer from psoriasis or you just want to know about it, but it's an immune disease. It affects the skin. And what it is it's an overproduction of cells. So you get clusters of skin that builds up and builds up and builds up. So typically, it's a chronic condition, chronic meaning all the time. It'll get better, worse, better, worse, better, worse. It's an overproduction of new skin cells. You'll see on people's elbow or behind on their neck or different places. It's believed to be a genetic component to people who have psoriasis. Other members of the family have too. So the chronic condition, it goes from mild to severe. And psoriasis is in patches. It can itch, burn, sting, depending on the severity of if it's exacerbated. it's gotten worse, or, if it's better. But most common, it's red and white scaly patches on, anywhere. It can be anywhere on your body, appearing on the top layer of the skin. So it's just crusty red, scaly skin. And it hurts a lot. It hurts, it's very itchy and stuff. Psoriasis can affect any area of the body, including scalp, palms, hands, soles, genitals. It's what you want is a calming salve to relieve the psoriasis symptoms. And a herbal blend of anti-inflammatory properties in the salve will offer a little bit of comfort. It's not going to make it go away. Doing all this is just actually helping out the symptoms by putting something on that area and making it feel better. There are things to calm. In my other videos, you'll hear me mention the nerves under our skin that are closest to the top of the skin, as we have 3 layers of skin. So there's little itty bitty nerve endings that tell you that you touched something. Something is hot, cold, sharp, rough, smooth, and pain and itch and, inflamed. You feel all that on the top of your skin because those little itty bitty nerves that you can't really see will tell you. So things to help that: calm down: lavender, chamomile, calendula, comfrey. So as you see my other videos, you'll see comfrey, and then now you'll know why I use that. So thinking of a salve, you'll think calendula, using calendula flowers, using chamomile flowers, using the leaves of the comfrey plant in a powder, of course, and then using extra virgin olive oil, maybe vitamin E oil, beeswax, cocoa butter, shea butter. All these things, you would put it together, formulate it, make a recipe, and make a salve, ointment, something to put on that area. So you can prepare an infusion oil, and you can go back in my other videos how to prepare an infusion oil. It's very simple. You just take extra virgin olive oil, put it in a pan, put it in a crock pot, and put some calendula flowers in there, and let it simmer for 8 hours. Let it cool, strain it, put it in bottles, and that's basically how you infuse oil. You can infuse any oil: rosemary, comfrey, chamomile, calendula, any flower, herb, anything like that. You can make an infused oil with that. Burdock, dandelion, the list goes on and on. So you make a salve and you put it on the area, and that's why people like me put together these things. And it's all just to kind of like help you get through those times when your skin is like driving you crazy. But shea butter, if you get a good quality shea butter, it actually has the ability to go down through all 3 layers of skin. So it's going to be absorbed through the dermis, the epidermis, dermis, and the subcutaneous. So all 3 layers of the skin is going to go down through. So it can go, pretty deep if you get a good quality shea butter. Cocoa butter, mango butter, avocado butter, aloe butter, any of the butters are good, especially if they're organic. Then that's the least amount of chemicals that have been added to that. So those are things you want to look for if you want to do something like this, yourself. So for psoriasis, there's no known cure for it. They just treat the symptoms. So herbs for psoriasis that help temporarily. They help are milk thistle, gotu kola, uh, aloe vera, turmeric, licorice, burdock, calendula, St. John's wort, witch hazel, chickweed, and your best oils that you can get your hands on. That would be an organic oil. Something like pumpkin seed oil is good. If you can get 100% virgin cold pressed pumpkin seed oil, you can Google it and find it probably on Amazon. But it is rich in antioxidants and it has vitamin E, A, K, and B. It's a moisturizer. Well, all oils will moisturize, but it will help with healing, and it's very good for when you want to put together something for your psoriasis. Pumpkin butter or pumpkin oil, either one. Jojoba oil, and you can get jojoba butter too. And anything that's rich in fatty acids, that's all good for psoriasis. Vitamin D helps psoriasis. You can also talk to your doctor about taking vitamin D, the supplement too, and see if that might be something. But don't just go do it. Always talk to a healthcare professional. Always talk to your doctor. Never just start a regimen of something without going through your doctor first. Like I said, it is an immune system disease, and it with vitamin D helps your immune system. So that's why you can kind of like talk it over with your doctor. Now, how do you get vitamin D other than by taking vitamins or supplements? It's in some foods. So best sources for vitamin D in foods is milk, eggs, fish, butter, cheese, and cod liver oil. So it's the lipids that we desire for to help with treating the psoriasis. It's the lipids that you want, and you find them in the fish oils and things like salmon, tuna, herring, or the supplement fish oil. So you can talk that over with your healthcare provider. Things like evening primrose. I don't have it up here with me right now, but if you check my other video, I have a video on evening primrose. I use that in my acne soap, and anybody asks me, I usually have them try the acne soap because that's got comfrey, evening primrose, tea tree oil. It's got a lot of things in it. So for eczema and both psoriasis and eczema, you want to evening primrose is very helpful because that will help you to reduce the scaling, the redness, the swelling, the itching, the hot burning. So it encourages healing a little bit, but it won't make it all go away. It'll just treat it as best as it can, whatever is your condition. But talk over evening primrose with your healthcare professional. Now, herbally out there, there's things like burdock, ground burdock powder, and dandelion, and licorice root. These all help the inflamed skin. Licorice root also helps weepy skin conditions, so that's a really good one. And if you buy licorice in the store, you can ask your doctor if licorice is something that doesn't affect anything else that you're taking, because it does affect blood pressure, and I think it makes your blood pressure go up. So you would ask your doctor if you could eat licorice or not. It's red or black in the store. But the other thing is cabbage, like making cabbage soup or boiled dinner or something like that. Cabbage juice helps psoriasis. Olive oil, using olive oil in your cooking. Everything that you cook, whatever you cook that you need oil, if you're using Crisco or other oils like soybean oils or different oils, if you want to like, help, using things like extra virgin olive oil might help. And you can just, it doesn't hurt to try. If it doesn't work, it's, at least you tried. And you could, before you do any of this, you could take some notes and ask your doctor about different vitamins like vitamin D, because it boosts your immune system. Eating things with vitamin E, milk, eggs, fish, cheese, cod liver oil, or taking a fish oil supplement, or eating more fish. You can, ask about the cabbage and things like that. And then you can also Google, and you can probably find out more information than what I have here. But little things, and you can put on it, not, you don't want to eat it. I mean, you could eat castor oil, but I use castor oil in my soap. Like, there'd be 6 ounces of castor oil, 20 ounces of olive oil, and then all the other ingredients. But topically, or to put on the area, you have to use soap. Everybody's got to wash, so you might as well use a soap that has ingredients in it that's helpful to your psoriasis. So castor oil is one of them. You can buy that anywhere, and just put a little dab on it and rub it into the area. And so that's what I've found out about psoriasis, and why I make the ointments. I use beeswax when I make the ointment, and I usually will buy organic. I haven't not bought organic. That's usually what I'll go for. But your beeswax, your shea butter, your cocoa butter, any of the butters are good. Olive oil, and then your different herbs like dandelion, burdock, so those are why I do what I do. Is psoriasis is very painful, itchy, and the area where it's inflamed is probably hot, and it just makes you feel just lousy. So I've had people, parents come up to me, their 6-year-old little boy had it in his genital area, and asked if I had any soap. So I gave them the soap, the tea tree. And also, tea tree is like an antibacterial, anti-inflammatory, antifungal, those 3 things. So, and I put that in that acne soap, which is actually the psoriasis soap, but for all those things. But she came back, and she told me how that had helped him. And so there are things that you can do so that you don't have to suffer so much. And you can whip yourself up a little thing of a little jar with beeswax and that. You can just check my other videos out. Some of them I have the recipe there. If you need to do it, you can put comments below, and I'll try to help you out with the recipe. And like I said, all this is out there available online, so you can Google how to treat psoriasis with herbally, or with vitamins, or with oils, or with butters, and it'll come back and tell you. So if you have any questions, though, put them below, and I'll try to get to them. And I hope you liked the video. I hope you subscribe, and give me thumbs up, and thanks for watching.